when I think which company I need to work with, I always think, okay, what kind of experience, what kind of skill I need to have, so that that would help me to start my own business. You have to be flexible enough to leverage resources from all different departments to work with them together. Then how to make it successful is an open-ended question. Then which means not only you'll be able to properly define what problem you are going after and what's the right solution.
Hi, good morning. So today I have Kevin with us, who is an experienced technology and product officer with a demonstrated of the history of working in companies with focus on technology and media across US, Europe, China, and Southeast Asia. He has multiple companies to successful products from the scratch all the way towards a successful product. Let's welcome Kevin on 10 Minutes of Hiring Wisdom, where he will tell us about what he has learned along the way, what it was like working for companies in different parts of the world, and what he has learned along the way. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. So thank you for the intro. And nice to be able to connect with you today.
Of course. So, Kevin, can you tell us about your journey so far, where you currently work, and what your position is within the company?
Yeah. So I am a chief product officer at Certik. So my personal career journey, I would say, is a little bit unusual. May not necessarily resonate with everyone. So I started my career 1999 in China, and started as a engineering. Actually, I funded my as a head of technology and funded my own company back then. It's always been my kind of dream to start my own company since then. So luckily, 1999 it was a part of internet bubble. For people older enough, you may be aware of. So we started a small company. It was successful. However, so I want to that part of experience make me realize that I need to experience more to be able to do something bigger. So, however, my ultimate goal is still to back to start my own business. So, with that in mind, basically, when I think which company I need to work with, I always think, okay, what kind of experience, what kind of skill I need to have, so that that would help me to start my own business. So if you look back at all my career choices, I purposely choose a different type of company at a different geolocation and also at a different stage. And and plus is a combination of a private company, public company, and a multinational company, etc. So
Okay.
yeah, that indeed give me a lot of experience and exposure to a different part of culture, different part of work, etc.
Wow, that is amazing. I think a lot of people these days usually go after the basic things, which includes money, which includes perks and benefits, but you focus specifically on the skills. So, Kevin, I'd love for you to explain how did you decide what skill you wanted to work on the most, after which you decided on a company? Because there's so many skills these days in the tech space that people can work on. So, how did you decide, okay, I want to work on full stack, for example, and that's a company that I could work with potentially? So, what was your determining factor?
So high level, I do want to work on something that is beneficial to somebody. So if that's something beneficial to a massive group of users, that's wonderful. Uh, However, if that's not the case, if that indeed solve a problem for a set of user, that's good as well. So as long as that provide a real value to a certain user. So then, yeah. So again, back to my initial goal of to be able to find my own company. Then I indeed kind of look at what kind of a skill set that you need to have so that to be able to start your own business. right? So when I select a company, I really look at given that particular moment, what is the skill that I need the most, and then to evaluate whether this opportunity would offer me the opportunity to get that skill.
Okay, no, that makes sense. And I think that's very useful because I think a lot of us focus on different things. But at the end of the day, if you want to become an entrepreneur, you need to have the world skills that you use to, and now you are working as a chief product officer for a company where you are successful. So thank you for sharing that. Kevin, my next question for you would be you've been in the product space for quite a while. There's been an increased demand for product engineers, product managers, and stuff. What are some of the key characteristics that makes a person who wants to get into the product space successful according to you?
Yeah, product is a very interesting role, and there isn't a universal definition across the board. Some people may even be confused between a product manager and a project manager. And in some organization, the product manager indeed does the work a project manager or program manager should be doing. So in my definition, I view a product manager as a person who can be the CEO for uh, for a kind of a mini CEO for the
Yeah,
feature or area that you are driving. So basically, your ultimate goal is to make sure the product or the feature that you own to be successful. Then how
that
to make it successful is an open-ended question. Then which means not only you'll be able to properly define what problem you are going after and what's the right solution, may be able to address that problem, and which also mean you need to see what other solution in the market. So what's the kind of unique value you bring to the table, and what is the strategy you're driving that product to the market, and to make sure your customer is willing to adopt your solution to address their problem, etc. It's a combination of multiple things. So which means uh, as a product manager, you have to have that mindset of owning all the different area. You have to be flexible enough to leverage resources from all different departments to work with them together to achieve your goal. So if we have to narrow this down to a few specific competence, I would say be curious, and then be open-minded, and be a quick learner. That would be extremely important.
Okay, no, I think open minded curiosity and being a quick learner all go hand in hand, specifically because if you're not up to date with the recent market trends and everything, another company will produce a similar product and then you will lose your competitive edge. So I think it's always to be up to date with the recent trends in the market and making sure how you can add value to the table when it comes to you being a part of something. So thank you for sharing that, Kevin.
Yeah, indeed.
So, Kevin, my next question would be your company recently raised Series B funding. Congratulations on that. Would love to understand what are some of the openings that you have in your company that you're actively hiring for? Because I did see that there are a lot of positions open. So, would love to understand from your perspective.
Yeah. So um, yeah, we raised quite some fund in past year, and we are at a very strong position from a financial point of view. And in crypto space right now is a bear market. We know in the industry there are many companies they are slowing their hiring process, or in some cases they are laying off. However, we are actively looking for the best talent to join us to do something big together. And specifically, we are hiring across kind of product management function, which is my function, and also engineering side, and specifically engineer who has a combination of knowledge from a security blockchain and also how to know how to build a system.
No,
So
no, I saw that. I think one of the languages that you're actively hiring for is Golang, which is specifically very famous in your company. So I think it's definitely growing, and I think it's great to see that companies like you are still doing great because a lot of companies are struggling. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that. Also, you were going to add something else. Sorry, your voice cut out, so I thought you were done speaking. So you can feel free to add whatever you were saying.
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, Kevin, our time is up. It was a pleasure learning about you, about your whole different working in different countries' culture. I think that's absolutely amazing. What started off with you starting your own startup, realizing that you needed more skills, and now you're working as a chief product officer, making sure that the customers that you work for are kept in mind. It was a pleasure, and I hope your company continues to grow and prosper while the recession sets in.
Likewise, thank you very much, Yamina.
Of course.